Hiya friends, Prepared Suburbanite back at you. I got a comment from on a recent video from a person named Brad's Gold 345, and in that comment what he says is, I, like many seniors, live in an apartment. Please share what we can do. Well, I've been doing a lot of thought, thinking about this particular subject, so I suspect that you are up against space restrictions. You are up against an inability to make wholesale modifications to your apartment, which probably would break your lease by, adding in a closet or tearing down a wall or doing this or that. But so that's what I suspect is the basis for this. Where am I going to put all my stuff? So stick around, I've got some thoughts. So with those assumptions in mind, here are a couple of thoughts that I've got with respect to your situation and folks that are in otherwise similar situations where they've got limited space, where they've got an inability to make modifications to their living space to accommodate space to store their preps and things like that. So my first thought, and we just did this just the other day, we had some new carpeting put in our den, and as part of that we obviously had some furniture in the den area, and one of the pieces of furniture is a bookshelf. So I looked at the bookshelf, we moved the books, put them in a box, set them off in a different room to give the carpet installers the opportunity to work around that big piece of furniture. And when they got all done, it was time to go put things back. And as I looked at all the stuff that was on the bookshelves, I realized that there's an awful lot of stuff there that we really didn't need anymore. Books that we've read and that we don't have any interest in rereading. So I separated the stuff from on the bookshelves and the knickknacks and magazines and all that kind of stuff that we were keeping in those in that bookshelf piece of furniture, and separated it out. Stuff we want to keep, stuff we can put in the next rummage sale we have, stuff that we could donate to charity. Those are the kinds of things. And what we ended up doing was freeing up at least 3 out of the 9 shelves that we had on in that piece of furniture, in that bookshelf unit that we've got. And freeing up that amount of space gave us an opportunity to use that space for something different. So my first suggestion would be to prioritize the existing space that you do have. Take a real hard look at your furniture, at your bookshelves, in your desk, filing cabinets, closets, shelving units that you may have here or there, that shelf that's up on top of the closet. Take a look at that stuff, at those particular areas, and make decisions on whether you want to keep that stuff. So prioritize it, and with the one of the priority measures being, I need more space to store preps. So if you can take out this much off a shelf and this tall, you're going to be able to put in a couple of trays, a couple of cases of corn or green beans or whatever in that space. You can free up enough space to put in a flat of bottled water. So I think that's one of the things that folks can do, is to prioritize the space that you've got. Now, a couple of years ago, I did a similar topic video on this, where I guess the suggestions were: look up, look down, look underneath, and take a look at what space you do have, and try to capitalize on that. We've got a space over our bathroom commode, and it goes, all the way up to the ceiling. Well, I put a shelf above the commode, high enough where you don't bump your head on it if you're using the commode, and now there's all that space up above that I can utilize for storage, for facial tissues, bathroom tissue, you name it. We can use that space. Extra bottles of shampoo and conditioner and soap, bars of soap and things like that, and that's what goes up there. But I understand that you may be limited with respect to making modifications in your apartment. So, what you don't need to build it in, which is what I did. I built it in, put rails around, and cut a piece of shelving board and stuck it in there, and we can stack things on top of that. But you can get one of those doodads, I guess, I'm not sure what they call them, that is on poles like that. It's got some shelving units on it like that. You can squeeze it down like that, slide it over the commode, and it pops right back up, and you can store quite a lot of stuff on there. Those are the kinds of things that you need to be looking for up when you look up. When you look down, take advantage of underneath. Underneath your desk, behind certain pieces of furniture, where you can store things that you may not need right away, but they're really good to have close by and handy. So you can slide your couch out a little bit and use the space between the back of the couch and the wall for storage. So those are the kinds of things that I've had to do around here. Now, we've got a fairly spacious house. We've got, I don't know, about 2,800 square feet of living space here, and we ran out of room to store our preps. And so we've got a two-car garage. I commandeered one bay of the two-car garage and turned it into a storage prep area. Purchased a number of the metal shelving units, stacked them side by side, labeled them, did all that kind of stuff. I did a video on that a few months ago, and that allowed us a tremendous amount of additional storage space for our food preps and some of the other necessities that we've got, backup cooking apparatus, Coleman stoves, and that kind of stuff. So it really opened up quite a lot of extra space for us. So I would suggest that if you've got access to that kind of space, most apartments, townhouses, things like that, townhouses mostly, come with a garage. And in most apartments, you may have just a spot out in the parking lot to park, and that's about it. So that option may not be viable for you. But if you do have a garage and you're in a townhouse type apartment, and you can feel comfortable in parking your vehicle on the street or in the company lot there that you've got, and you can utilize the garage area that's normally designed just to store your car, but you can put in some shelving units in a place like that and really expand your storage prep areas. The other thought that I've got with respect to this is you're not necessarily confined to the space in your apartment. you may be able to use or rent a storage unit at a local storage unit place. They come in various sizes. They got the big garage door thing in the front, and you can put in shelving units in there, and you can store all kinds of stuff in there. Or you can take stuff that you want to, that you may never use, like winter clothes in the summertime or summer clothes in the wintertime, and seasonally store that in that storage unit and free up closet space for the things that you do use on a regular basis. Now, pricing is certainly subject to whatever your budget can afford, and some of them are pretty darn expensive when you get the climate controlled stuff and extra security and all that. But you can get a 10 by 10 or a 12 by 12 for a fairly decent price. I'm not sure what it goes for in your market. I've looked around here and it's sort of affordable. I haven't found the need to do it myself, but it certainly is an option for you to explore. So, my friend, I hope a few of these thoughts you find helpful. Take a look at your space, prioritize your space, look at what you want to do with the space, how much prep stuff that you want to store, look at what you've got, look at what you may be able to acquire or rent, and do it that way. This is the Prepared Suburbanite, reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see you all on the next video.